The Vergas Show is brought to you by Vergas State Bank, your locally owned full-service bank.
With 2 locations in Vergas and Perham, make the right call. Call Hanson's, the most trusted name in plumbing and heating.
Spanky's Stone Hearth, casual fine dining on the shores of beautiful Rose Lake.
Hi, welcome to the Vergas Show. I'm Sherry Hanson. Thanks for joining me today. Well, we're at that time of year. The countdown is on. Christmas. You anticipate it all year long, and it finally gets here, and you're together with family, and you're together with friends, and I really wish that you take that time to be together with family and friends. And if you're in Vergas, you go to some of the shops and you take in some of the restaurants, and you're going to bound to run into some family. You're going to bound to run into some friends that you maybe haven't seen for a while, and that's what small towns are all about. My wish for you is that you've had a good Christmas and that you're looking forward to the new year. And looking forward to the new year, there's always a few of those Christmas pounds that you're worried about that you maybe put on, or some of those New Year's resolutions that you're going to be making. And Vergas has some options for you. Vergas has options always. And keep in mind that the community center is open for your walking, so you can walk off some of that. It's open for Zumba. You have options on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings, and Tuesday and Thursday evenings. There's an Exabeat class going on Wednesdays and Fridays, and all you have to do is go to the city website, and you're going to be able to find out all this information. The city of Vergas, when I think of different opportunities, and winter time is always that time where it's like, oh, you want to just kind of hole yourself up at home, and the streets kind of close down. Your lakes aren't open for the swimming and the camping, and that doesn't mean that there isn't things to do. And this is my plea, and you hear me bring it up often, but there's ways to get involved in your community. We all love our community of Vergas. We all want to see our town thrive, and I talk about how make sure that you do shop local. That's really important. And if you want that gallon of milk someday, and because you haven't supported your local grocery store, maybe they're not going to be there for when you need to run in and get that too. And so we need to support our grocery stores and our hardware stores and our restaurants and our gift shops and our gas stations year round. That being said, those businesses are there for you then when you need to go in and just do some of that last minute shopping too. And so you're going to want to make sure that is happening. Those businesses are the heart of our community. And to keep our community alive, we have our Lions group, we have our Vergas Community Club, we have our church organizations, and we have our city. And the city has got a lot of different opportunities for you to become involved, not only through city council meetings, and they've got the EDA, they've got the event center, but there's ways to become involved just by going and finding out what's going on in your community. And maybe it's going to spark something in you that says, oh, gosh, that's how I can help, or that's a avenue that I like to do. Maybe you like the bookworking part of it, or maybe you have the vision part of it. And there's just, all of us have so many different talents, and by bringing all of those together, we're just going to continue to keep our community growing strong. When I mentioned the city of Vergas, I'd like to take this moment to thank Scott Goodman for his 12 years as a city council member. He'll be going off now, and Dwayne Strand will be taking over his position. He was elected in the elections this fall, and so Scott, 12 years, it's a long time to be on the city council, to take all that heat and make some of those important decisions that's keeping our community alive. So thank you for that. The city website, go to it. It's got a lot of information on it. It's got how you can get on, like I said, one of those boards, but it also has information on how to rent the event center. It's got your calendar of events of when the bookmobile's coming. It tells you when the Zumba classes are. And on the flip side of that, if you have something going on that you want to get onto the city calendar, just go onto the website and either email them or stop in at the city office or give Julie a call over there, and they'll get that on there too. I know our Vergas Area Food Pantry, it's open on the third Thursday of the month. That information we put out on the city website. So not only those people who need food and need to go to the distribution site, it also gives you an opportunity to let people know that, hey, we have this going on. And that's with anything that we've got going on in the city. And so it's just really a good idea to let Julie know what you've got going on with your community event, whether it be 4-H, whether it be a church event, whether it be just a one-time benefit. That's a great place to go. And in that, there is also, if you go on there right now and through the 31st of December, there is a plea to get out some information and to bring in your support letter for the trail that's being proposed. We are writing a grant right now for a trail that will extend from Long Lake Park, and it'll go to what's referred to as Tin Can Alley. We've got an artist's drawing of it that I would like to show you that kind of shows a little bit of an idea of how it's going to go, and it'll just go right around the lake, and it'll end up over at Tin Can Alley area. Tin Can Alley area, the trail committee, here's another opportunity to become involved, come in and be part of that. But anyway, the trail committee has been talking about turning into an area that will be for birding. Those people that are bird watchers. There's a lot of waterfowl birds there. There's a lot of you people have been seeing the eagles flying around, and you have the swans and the loons and the ducks and just a lot of the other native birds that are around. And hoping to make that kind of a sanctuary, an area that you can go to and not only hike through. It's a mile walk in and out. But it's also where you can go and just maybe take some time and just relax as a family, or just take in that time if you're a birder and want to do some exploring and see what you can find there. So if you can show your support, you just need to go onto that city website, and there's a pre-filled letter if you're a city resident or if you're a business owner, and you fill that out and you either mail it back to Julie or you get it back to Julie just by dropping it off. And if you want to become involved with the Trail Committee and what they've got going on and working on the grant and some of the fundraisers that are going to be coming up for that purpose, just stop in at the city office and talk to Julie, and she'll get you right on board. It takes a lot of people to do a lot of these things, and so I really encourage you to do that. The Vergas Community Club is another one of our things that go on here in town with Looney Days and Maple Syrup Fest and Redneck Days, and we just had the Holiday Bucks where the community club had the 15% off where you could shop locally. We have a mixer coming up. That's on January 21st. It's going to be down at Skoll. It's going to be from 5 to 7. Come down and find out what the community club's about, how you can be involved. Maybe you can be just somebody who just stuffs some letters, or maybe you are someone who wants to help with a special event, or maybe you want to just put in a couple hours doing a phone calling. A lot of different ways to become involved with that, and so I encourage you to take time to invest in your community. And that being said, there's a lot of opportunities, and all of you have different stories to tell. And here on TV3, in the past year, you've heard from Don Crozier, and you've heard from Tom Thiessen about the pickle factory, and Rodney's always a good person to come forward with a story that he has from one of his recollections. And I know you have a story too. And how many people would love to hear that story you have, whether it's something that you did in your travels, or it's some special hobby that you have, or maybe you have a connection to Vergas that maybe nobody's ever heard, or maybe they have heard and they just want to hear more about, or maybe you do something special that you want to tell people about. And so get a hold of myself. You can reach me at the bank anytime, and we'd love to tell your story on TV3 too. It only takes a few minutes. I try to make it painless, and we just kind of sit down and visit, and I think it just makes us understand and realize what great people we have in our community of Vergas, and that's what makes it so special, and that's why I love living in this community. And so I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I want to tell you Happy New Year, and hopefully we'll be talking to you in the new year and telling your story on TV3 too. So you have a good day in Vergas.